Welcome back.
To Ball State Esports. Welcome back to Ball State Esports. We have some Overwatch for you tonight. Ball State versus Central Michigan. I am Wyatt, aka Libby Baby, and I am joined by
Turner, also known as Spooky Hand. And what a wonderful night it is. We got to get that patty cake action on the desk, get it ready, get it prepped and primed. My voice has been scratchy all day. I don't know about you. I've been downing my water. It's been a rough day. It's been a very dry day outside, very hot day. I've been wearing my hat, my wool hat, and it's been very hot, and my voice is very scratchy. But you know what? We got to keep it unscratchy for the stream tonight. So we've been down in that water, getting I was gonna say electrolytes. There's no electrolytes in water. I'm getting the hydration, get that in there. So we're doing good.
Yeah, I've also been downing my water. I've gone through one whole water bottle already before the stream started. So
yeah,
it's been a lot. It's been so hot outside here in September. Not wanting that anymore. I'm ready for like proper fall weather.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing with Indiana. My sister likes to just call it like I don't even know. I can't remember what she calls it. She just calls it like. I can't remember. Wow, I can't believe I'm forgetting that. Anyway, she just calls it something for changing weather. She has a specific term for it, but I can't remember what it is. But Indiana doesn't have like fall, basically. You have probably like 2 weeks of fall, and then it just cuts to winter, and it's like in the 20s, and it's just great. And we hate that. We hate that about Indiana.
Yeah, it's like it's still basically summer. We're getting summer temperatures in September right now, and then October will happen. We'll get like 2 weeks, and then it'll immediately just start snowing.
And then it'll be like April and snow again, and that'll be great. And we don't have spring either. We have summer, and then we have like 2 weeks of fall. We have 2 weeks of spring, and then we have winter, and everything sucks.
Yeah, it's just not great. But you know what is great? Ball State Overwatch. That's it.
Ball State Overwatch, fantastic.
So, yes, we are back with some Ball State Overwatch. You saw us on Tuesday as well, taking another 3-0 dub, remaining undefeated for the season still. Looking to continue that regular season undefeated streak that we had last year, and hopefully this time keeping that undefeated streak all the way through to the championships, which I think we are pretty likely to do this year. A bit of a different situation, a little bit less teams. I guess we can look at some of this week's matches in the rest of ESC, and this is where
our little graphic still has.
Oh, here's everything for this. I don't know if we actually have all the matches for this yet. But this would be what we saw this week. We had KSU on Tuesday. Yesterday we had NIU with Rocket League, which was another 3-0 for Ball State. Very eventful week, and just a successful week as well.
It's also just always eventful because again we have so many double headers for Overwatch. I think every week is a double header for Overwatch, and then we have just Rocket League on Wednesdays. Soon enough we'll have CRL again, which will bring us on Saturdays, and also maybe some Sundays, I think, depending on how well we perform. Those will be fun, like 6-hour Rocket League streams, just waiting, going back and forth, hoping that we do well. But yeah, so I know we've got some interesting matches tonight. We do have CMU as our opponents, so we got that going for us. Let's see what they've got changed, if they have any new players. I know what we have the rosters. We'll get to that in a moment, but I know we have in terms of CMU, we saw, I think NIU, or was it NEU is out, right? We have just NIU. Yeah.
NEU
so we had NIU that was last week, and they had a few new members on their roster. That's what I remember, at least. There were a few familiar faces. I think their captain was somebody that I remembered, but you know, some of these rosters always are just kind of ever changing, and it's the same thing with ours. I know we have a few new members as well. Some that some of you would just recognize off the bat as well, depending on what when you started watching the streams and how much you keep up with it. But in terms of just handling new players, it's always a kind of a gamble on who they play, what roles they play, and then how you kind of handle that as your team, and how do you handle, this is somebody we haven't seen before. We don't have the muscle memory of fighting the same NIU as we did last year. We don't have the same muscle memories fighting the same CMU as we did last year. So everything's always just kind of changing.
Yeah, you can never really be 100% confident going into a match in terms of that, oh, we beat this team before, because it could be a whole different team. And I will say CMU is currently searching for their first win of the season right now. But like we said, Ball State hasn't gone up against maybe this different CMU roster. So we are unsure of what we will expect from them. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see Ball State remain in their dominant form that they have been, even with some of our new players and things that we've changed up as well. I wouldn't be surprised, but like I said, you never know. It's a new season.
Yeah, and hopefully we don't see push.
Yeah.
We'll see when we get into that, but I know we have, I don't know, I think we do have roster graphics. So as always, we do have the Ball State roster, which does consist of Otta, our main support. We have Alphabet, I believe, on support as well.
Yes, Alphabet.
We have Bordy on DPS. Manoa, I believe, is our tank. Mech is, I think, possibly also a tank, and then, or is that Droid? I'm still
Droid is a tank.
Droid is a tank?
I think
Mech is our other DPS,
yes,
and then
I think Ghost also is.
Yeah, and then okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so some things kind of have been changed up from us as well. We have these new players that I do believe you are correct that it is Manoa who's the tank and Mech who's the DPS. With these new players, I'm still getting used to them as well. And then, of course, our coach, Spencer, can't forget him, who was actually a player for us last year. So that's always kind of a fun thing. Yeah, we've changed up a few things as well, but we do have some returning players. But we have technically lost 2 players from last year. But
yeah, and they graduated.
Yeah,
so
graduation.
That'll happen as you go through your years of college. Hopefully they get to see some higher level of play eventually in their careers, or maybe they'll just turn into our coach for 1 year. We will see where they fall, but I'm not sure entirely what the rosters look like for CMU. I think we have a graphic for that as well. I'm not entirely sure. Our graphics person just got surgery. We're hoping that, hoping for the best for her. She did come out of surgery, I believe, today and resting up, and she's doing pretty good. She did make a graphic for us today, which was shocking. I thought she was just going to be resting today, but we do have, perfect, we do have the CMU roster. Thank you, Daphne, we love you. But yeah, so looks like on CMU side, and I'm not too familiar with CMU. Last year I don't know if they made it to the ESC not the ESC, the NACE conference.
I do not believe they did.
Yeah, okay. So on their side they have AZ and Zing. Not entirely sure what they play. We don't have their roles here, but we will see once we get into game. Denby1JT, Freed, Graphy, Raspberry, and Zach are all of theirs, and then their captain is Vanu, I believe is how you, Vanu, I'm not entirely sure how you say that. But yeah, so an interesting roster. They only have 6 compared to our 7. I wish I didn't need to say that. But yeah, so we will see their roles once we get into game here in a little bit, but those are it in terms of the rosters, and we will see eventually once we get into game how they decide to play, and more specifically what they decide to play is the big kicker there, and on what map, because if I had to take a guess, we're probably going to go to Lijiang Tower.
Lijiang Tower.
Probably Lijiang Tower.
I will say every Overwatch team always has a Zach.
Yeah.
Like where their gamer tag is just their name.
Yep.
We had Spencer, and we still do have Spencer. It's just like that is such a funny thing. It's such a common thing we see.
Is Otta his name? Or
no,
it's
name,
not?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Otta is not his name, and Bordy is also not Bordy's name.
Bordy is not Bordy's name.
Yeah, so unfortunately, we don't have one on our starting roster anymore as they are now our coach. But now it's just our coach who doesn't have the fancy gamer tag, which honestly, I do like gamer tags like that. If you got a name where it fits, I think like Spencer works.
Yeah. And I know we do have on there that's listed a drawing competition. I don't know how much time we have before game. I think we're going to go into game here shortly. But we might have time to get to the drawing competition if you want to tell us what we need to be drawing. I know Wyatt here has already been drawing things in his little notebook before it even started.
I drew a bird. But Apparently we will be drawing.
Winton Overwatch.
See, this is the thing, is like I can't really draw like things if you tell me that
I'm trying to imagine the Winton plushie. Let's see. He has like the head kind of thing, and
got like a face going on.
the ears kind of go like this, I think. I'm trying to like imagine Winton in my head right now. And then he's got like the round body, kind of like a snowman. And then these big eyes. He's got these very big eyes. I'm gonna like color in like this. Got Winton.
The smell of Sharpie.
The smell of Sharpie. Winton, he's like looking down that way. And then he's got these big arms. Really large arms. And like, I don't remember how to draw his hands, but he's got big arms. I know that. They kind of wrap down here, and he's got these like cartoonish Mickey Mouse hands.
Oh boy, hold up. This is low-key terrifying. I think I've made some sort of horror creature.
His legs like kind of go up in front of him, and then I think they're more or less just like a circle, kind of like that. I think, yeah, he's got like I don't know how to draw like his armor, but he's got like, we'll say like a little another like a belly kind of thing. I drew, okay, now it looks like he's like a potato man smiling.
I also, mine kind of looks like a really deformed Baymax right now.
Yeah.
Also, I drew it really not to the middle of the paper.
I was gonna make this whole thing his face.
Yeah.
There we go. This is Winton Overwatch. That was originally
Winton Overwatch.
his body. I'll try to like change this around here. There we go. Like that's like, I don't even know how to like draw this there. Okay. And then that's like his mouth. He's kind of like, all right. And then I'm gonna give him a top hat. He doesn't have a top hat, but I'm gonna give him a, bam. All right. So we've got Winton Overwatch. He kind of looks like, actually he kind of looks like Mr. Peanut. I might have drawn Mr. Peanut. This is Winton Overwatch.
This is Winton Overwatch, and I drew it like a little cardinal.
You're good at drawing birds. You're really good at drawing birds.
I can draw birds.
I drew Mr. Peanut, I guess. This is not Winton Overwatch.
I can draw birds, and dragons is about all I can draw.
I'm just gonna say, Mr. Peanut. We've got Mr. Peanut. This is supposed to be Winton Overwatch, but I drew Mr. Peanut. He's not happy though. How do I make Mr. Peanut happy? Well, now he looks like, okay. This is an interesting Mr. Peanut.
Also, hero bans, real quick, as we're talking about this. They banned Ana and we banned Zarya. Now, who bans Ana is my question. But yes, Zarya, definitely a fair ban there. But yeah, Zarya is annoying. No one wants to deal with that. So, looking like AZ Henzing. Complicated name. Looks like that's their tank player. We got, actually, no, it's not in order.
Yeah, it isn't in order.
I forget that it's not in order.
Freed is their tank, and they've got a Roadhog.
Surely that Reaper pick is a troll. It's always hard to analyze these lineups when they don't pick the people that they actually want to play.
I mean, Reaper isn't too terrible playing into a Roadhog. Roadhog's a fat target, so.
Yeah, it's like, if you are going to play Reaper, might as well do into Roadhog. I mean, that is just kind of like a thing. I mean,
I'm not shocked seeing the sim on the teleport rollout. I'm sure they always do that. We got the Wu Yang. They've also, if you don't know, they have persona skins now in this game. So we've got that going for us. I know Ada's got the persona skin on Wu Yang. But we'll go ahead and get into this first fight. So we'll see what ends up happening here. I know we've got a little bit of action already going in on the point with D.Va here being played by Droid. An interesting pick, especially into a Roadhog, because you can't really defense matrix the hook. So if you get pulled, your really only out option is getting your boosters. So if you use them to get in and then you get hooked, you just don't have a way to get out. But as I say that, down goes the entirety of the CMU team. That was relatively fast. A lot of kills, mainly from Mech, a little bit from Bordy there on the end as well, but that was a decent start for Ball State's team.
Yeah, definitely a decent start. I'm seeing like really weird things with team comps right now. Like we have a Moira, and we have, obviously we see Wu Yangs on both sides as Alphabet falls very quickly there to Freed. Just a bit of questionable lineups. I'm not surprised to see Tracer, but the tank selections and some of the DPS and healer selections definitely surprised me. So let's see how they make them work in these upcoming team fights.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the patch is live, but if it is, Roadhog does 2 times damage to the head now, up from 1.5. So we'll see what ends up happening. But a nice bomb there from Mech, and Droid ending up cleaning up the kill onto Freed. I think Mech accidentally got themselves with the bomb as well. Bordy able to pick up one, Droid finishes it off, and they've already got a second team kill underway.
And Bordy just absolutely flying through these CMU players with that Reaper play. I mean, like I said, it was an interesting choice, but he is just absolutely going for the head, and I think he's just getting right up in their faces, and they don't really have time to breathe. So that if you're gonna play Reaper, that's how you got to do it.
Yeah, and here's the thing though. It seems like CMU is good at getting these early picks, as Ball State maybe plays a little bit over aggressive, but right now it does seem like they've already got 2. Mech is able to find 1 as well, so they're not down too far. They have a few ults to their name. We'll see if any of them are used. I think Diva's trying to go in just to try and use that Mech as sort of like a second life type of deal. Once she goes down, I think she'll just pop Mech. Yep, there she goes, and then once the bomb goes off, she'll just go right back into the fight. They are able to find 1, but that Coalescence is able to find 1 onto Alphabet as well. The Tracer's now going back and forth into a little bit of a fight here. See what they can do, saying hello to one another as the fight on the point continues. We're seeing exactly what happens as Reaper gets knocked down to the ground. Blossom still in that back pocket, but not too much to be used on as we see Whole Hog come out here. What is going to happen? We see Zach able to find Mech in the back line there. We see Kitsune Rush come out to the fight. A lot of ults are coming in and out. One does get hindered onto the point there, but is able to jump right back up. Droid is able to find 1 onto the support, but Zach is able to do so right back to him. Finds 1, finds 2. They've got to keep this alive. Can they do anything with Blossom? It doesn't seem like they're able to find anything other than Droid picking up 2 off of the damage that the Blossom was able to find. Bordy finds another, Droid finds a 3rd, and they have taken down the CMU team in what looked like a terrible start to the fight.
Yeah, honestly, it looked like it wasn't going to go very well there for them. Freed getting those really nice 2 picks right at the start, but Ball State, they just had really good ult usage there. I think that is what won them the fight. They just had better usage of their ults, even though they didn't all get kills off of them. When you see an ult be deployed like that, you have to use all of your abilities to try to counter it, and I think that is probably just what won Ball State that team fight there.
Yeah, and again, these early picks are just coming out. We see Mech fall to the Moira as well. Diva doesn't have, or actually, sorry, no, Diva does have Bob yet again to try and get back into this. Zach's able to find 1 as well. We go into overtime here. We're going to see if this Hog can get on the fight. Doesn't seem like it does get blown up. Otto finds 1. Droid finds 1 with the bomb as well. Bordy's able to find 1 as well. It's now just a 3v2, now make it a 2v2 as the rest of the team tries to get into this fight here. We see Coalescence go out. It is being used pretty well, but you're too close to that Reaper. Ran out of ammo, unfortunately. Is able to pick it up anyways, though. And they're trying to use this ult just to keep this fight going, keep it alive. It does end up knocking them both down, keeps the overtime going. The rest of the team is now slowly trying to come back to this fight as we see Doomfist come out from the CMU side. Diva is out of Mech. We'll see if they're able to get back into it before the rest of the CMU team does come back into this. We're still sitting in overtime as they just slowly funnel onto point, and there it goes. Ball State takes the first point.
So now that I saw that Freed was playing Roadhog, that Ana ban does make a lot of sense now. I think Freed is a very comfortable Roadhog player. But even with a banned Ana, Roadhog is just such a big target. Even though he can heal himself, it's a really big struggle when you are just a massive target and you're playing against a Reaper who can just absolutely lay in the damage to you, and you just cannot do anything about it. So I did like that Doomfist switch at the end there. Just try to switch something up, but I think it just came a little too late. I know why they did it. They did it to get back on point. That was the whole point of the switch. But I think in that situation, you want to try to find something sooner there. Roadhog is not working. You're getting these early picks, but you're not making anything come of it. You need to find a better pick here, and now you can see Droid mirroring the Roadhog. That's something that he likes to do. But yeah, this is much more brawl-centric map, so Roadhog makes a little bit more sense. So let's see what is going to happen here.
Yeah, and Bordy taking out the Freya a little early on, switching it up from the Reaper play, which I'm not against, seeing what CMU has to bring to the table here with that Mei in their back pocket as well. getting that early damage in from afar, having that mobility that we saw a week back is very strong to bring to the table here, and having these multiple mobility characters at the ready whenever you need to have them is very strong. We do see Otta is able to find one onto Zach, Alphabet's able to find one onto Raspberry, which does give them a really good start to this fight, but again, a good pick from Freed is able to take out Bordy, although Mech returns the favor. Droid cleans up one, and Mech finishes it off for another team kill for the Ball State team.
I really like this Ball State defense. DPS lineup right now. It's two very hard to kill characters. You have Freya, who just has so much movement, with Tracer, who we all know how hard it is to kill a Tracer. So it's definitely a good way to get a lot of damage. Two high damage characters that are just so hard to kill. I think it's a really interesting way to work around a Roadhog.
Yeah, I mean, and you've got to avoid that hook, because here's the thing. You can recall, but if you time that recall at a, you know, not with the rest of your team, and what a stick. Wow, is it able to find? No, it got on the Tracer. I think the recall was, or no, it got on the Moira. And she just Moira fitted out of there. What a stick, though. That was well played. We'll see what ends up happening as they go into yet another team fight here. They'll try their best to try and work around the slow picks that are coming out here, but Bordy is able to find one out of the tank early on, and the Mech in the backline is able to find that Wu Yang while trying to get the rest. Alphabet's able to find one. Otta cleans up another, and now it is just the Moira left alive. They do have Coalescence, and they are on the point, but it seems like they are not long for this world.
Yeah, we just saw absolutely textbook Tracer gameplay right there from Mech, sneaking around, just being a nuisance. I mean, Reaper why would Reaper expect anyone to come up behind them on, or whoever it was that they managed to kill there? It was actually Wu Yang. It's Wu Yang. Yeah. Why would the Wu Yang expect anyone to come up them, on them from that angle? But it was Tracer just absolutely sneaking around and getting a nice pick there, nuking the support of CMU.
Yeah, and they did use a few, or sorry, yeah, there's a few. They used a few ults there early on in this team fight. They used Coalescence to get in. We saw Freed get 2 picks there. Zach is able to find one as well, and now it's just Otta trying to get out from this position that they are in. Can they get it up? They got 1, they got 2, they got to keep it going. It's just kind of in a bit of a spot right now. They use ult to see what they can do with it. They're able to find another, Otta, what are you doing? What in the world just happened?
I heard from Bordy the other last week that Otta loves to use the attack feature more than the heal feature, and I think we saw it there. He didn't even care. Just goes in and gets, what, a 4K on Wu Yang. Great stuff from our former coach turned player. Absolutely loving this role right now.
Wow, what tracking on that. Yeah. And what an amazing performance there. Again, we're going to 99, and there it goes. Game 1 goes to Ball State. What a play, and what a save from Otta, absolutely shutting down the full frontal assault from the CMU team with nothing but a support ult, and I am not shocked to see that play of the game. I would love a run back on that. See them overextend here, is able to find one, keeps himself alive with a bit of a good ult usage there, is able to knock down one onto the ground, and then finds a second onto the Roadhog as well. An incredible performance from Otta there. I love to see that.
Yeah, so good. You got to watch it 3 times. Here it is on the replay. Just amazing usage of the mechanics of Wu Yang. I just love Wu Yang as a character. I think he's such an interesting character with how you can control your shots after you shoot them. I think that that's so cool, and I'm glad to see him using it very well there. Because as you can see, and it's not exactly an up-close thing, but he's doing a really good job at doing it. Like, he was not far back at all. He was just going all in. So that was a great play from Otta there. That was great to watch.
So obviously Ball State would be the winners of round 1 there, or game 1 there. So they're able to move on. I do believe that means CMU picks the next map, and I think they also, they don't pick the game mode. I think the game mode is set beforehand, but they do pick the map of the game mode. So we'll see what goes on here, and I think that means we might be getting, let's see, they just played Dom. They'd be playing, I think Push is saved for somewhat last. It's probably Flashpoint, I think.
Flashpoint or like Hybrid or something.
Yeah, maybe. I think it's, I mean, last week it was Flashpoint. I don't know if it probably changes on a weekly rotation, so I'm not entirely sure what they'll be playing next. It could actually also just be Push. I mean, there's that. I think the only thing it can't be is just Dom again.
Yeah, like I would love like push payload. I absolutely love that game mode. I hate push the robot though. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like push the robot. I love push the payload. Very different things. So I would love to see that, but yeah, we don't really know yet what we're gonna see, and it's kind of hard to talk about what like we think CMU could do in this situation to find something to stop Ball State's momentum. I mean, we just saw like great stuff from the entirety of Ball State. I mean, looking at, I focus on the DPS players a lot that game because I myself have been playing a lot of DPS recently. I'm usually much more of a support or tank guy, but I've been playing a lot more DPS right now, and watching their aim, their tracking, it's very impressive, and it's just like you can tell that they're two high skill players. So they got to find something to try and stop that, and it's hard to say what it is. I mean, I don't know what it is. Saying that, oh, they got to find something, it makes it sound so easy, but you don't know what it is.
What?
Well, saying you got to find something, right? So if I can just say, oh, they got to find something, that makes it sound easy.
I was talking to the people in my ear.
Oh.
They said the map was Atlas. I don't know what I don't know what that is.
I think Atlas.
I've never heard of this
I don't
map.
think that that's how that is pronounced. Or it might be Atlas.
I'm trying to put the letters in my head and then see how they like.
Isn't there? I thought there was a map just called Atlas.
Maybe. Say backroom. Say the map name one more time. Oh, it's broken. They can't pick it. Okay, got it. Yeah.
Is it like Atlas? Like that?
I thought like I don't even know what I've never heard of this map. I don't know what that is, but
Surabasa.
Surabasa Flashpoint. Yay. Okay.
Good old Surabasa. I think, like I've said before, this is probably one of Ball State's not the best map, but they're still quite good at this map. I have seen them drop more points on this map than I have most maps.
Yeah, well, I mean, it also could just be the game
Yeah,
mode.
that is partially just due to it being Flashpoint. I mean, the point goes up so fast. Like, one play in Flashpoint is just so punishing. So you got to kind of assume that it's going to be a bit of a rough game if you misplay. And, like, misplays, they happen. I mean, so.
I mean, if it's Flashpoint, Atlas is, if that's how you're pronouncing it right, is a Flashpoint map. Because I don't think they can pick the game mode.
I thought that there was only 2 Flashpoint maps.
I also only thought there were
Surabasa and New Junk City.
No, there's a third. There's the I know there's a third. I can't remember what it is. There's like the there's New Junk, there's Surabasa, there's isn't New Queen Street one?
I don't know.
Or no, New Queen Street is a hybrid.
Yeah, I like New Queen Street.
Yeah. I know it's I'm still trying to figure out what that map is. I want to like look it up.
Yeah, we gotta figure out.
I want to figure out what this is. Hang on.
Because we are confused here.
Overwatch
on the caster desk.
all Flashpoint maps. Okay, let's see here. Flashpoint.
They banned Wu Yang. Well, I'm not surprised after we saw that play there that they had to just ban Wu Yang from being in the game.
Flashpoint.
And we banned Hog.
Oh, it is a map. It's AATLIS. I don't think it's probably like eightless or something. How do you pronounce that? Hang on.
What is that?
How to pronounce AATLIS? How do you pronounce this?
A fish thing.
Yeah. Okay. It is. Okay. Yeah. So it's. You would say it like. Hang on.
I'm trying to even remember what map that is in general.
I think it is eightless. I believe so. You would say it like capital A, capital T dash LIS. So I think that's eightless because Atlas would be lowercase AT and then LIS. So I think it's eightless. But yeah. So how do you know what they're banning, by the way?
I was told what they're banning.
Oh, okay. They're not okay. They're hiding this information from me.
Yeah, they're banning Wu Yang and Hog, so I think that's just a bit of bullying by both teams respectively.
I understand the Wu Yang. I don't understand Hog though.
Who knows?
I think we just swapped Hog because we felt like it. I don't think that was like our guiding force in that first game. But hey, whatever they say. They will.
Yeah, go ahead.
I also didn't know that they banned every map now. That's interesting. Usually you'd keep bans to, the banning process is new, so I guess, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I'm used to map bans. I'm not used to character bans, unless you're talking about rivals.
Yeah, I don't really. Character bans, I think, is really cool addition to the game. But I think it's new because I don't think they're doing character games as it's actually done in ranked. Like in a ranked, you ban 4 characters total as you vote between like the 2 teams. Each team.
Yeah,
bans
they
2.
both ban 2. Yeah.
And the voting system's really weird. Like it's like you pick 3 that you would like to ban, and then like if your team has common picks, it gets voted towards your 1 or your 2.
So you get to I know the way it works in rivals is you get 1 vote, and then it like does a percentage ban. So if like 5 people vote Iron Man, and then 1 person votes like I don't know, Moon Knight, there's a 20% chance that it bans Moon Knight and an 80% chance that it bans Iron Man. So
yeah. All right, we're gonna. Oh, Manoa is in. I know that he likes to play ball, so I don't think that this ball pick is a troll pick. We have Ada on the Lucio, a great pick on this map. Alphabet in here on Ana. I know how much Alphabet likes Ana, so Ana is not banned this game.
yeah.
Bordy going for that quick teleport rollout, as well as the Freya, which is another great pick on this map. Just the movement.
I like how you can tell when they pulled up the level of the character that how little Symmetra is played. Bordy has Symmetra at level 1, but she's always picked for rollout, and that's the only thing she's ever used for is rollout because of her teleporter, and then they just TP, and then they just change characters.
Yeah, that is like very common. Just poor Symmetra, doesn't get any usage.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of characters that don't really get a lot of usage.
A lot of them do not.
Honestly, when's the last time you saw like I don't even know what is a random Widowmaker other than like other than Route 66, the start of it.
Yeah. Very specific situations you'll see like Widowmaker. I mean, when's the last time you saw like Soldier 76? Because like Sojourn, like I love Soldier. He's one of my favorite characters to play. But like Sojourn just outclasses him in almost every aspect. Like it just shoots faster, does more damage.
I mean, and then it's like, okay, well, you have like Cassidy, who is somebody we thought we weren't going to see, and then last week we saw Cassidy. So it's a lot of like, there's moments where they get to shine, but it's like Symmetra doesn't really get a moment to shine other than the TP on start.
Yeah,
so
I mean, sometimes people roll out with like Junkrat. Very rarely. I mean,
yeah.
Like, if you're really good at Junkrat, I mean, I guess go ahead, bro. But, like, it's just it's not the pick, usually. And we are back after that brief tech pause here. Same characters, and they're going to get that TP, and they're going to get going. That's what's going to happen as they make their way to points.
Yep, and I'm expecting to see them play this exactly the way they played it last week against NIU. So I'm probably, I'm not shocked to see the Freya, but I'm also a little shocked to see Bordy being the one not to play him. We do see an interesting pick here. We see the Zarya going up. I'm thinking they were playing Zarya because they were expecting D.Va out of the gate once again. So going into this now with a Wrecking Ball, we might see that Zarya change up later. But as the first flashpoint does start to get captured, they've got to start moving on to the point, or they're just going to give it up. And it seems like, wow, they almost gave it up, but they're very close to being the fact that is not the case. And we do see Ada able to find one. Manoa is able to find one as well. We're not just seeing, that's a very charged Zarya, so you got to look out for that. Noah is able to find another one. Just the Zarya left, other than that Tracer, who is always a tough cookie to kill. And down she goes. And then again, Ball State has already gotten 25% on this point because they captured it so early. And by the time they get back, they'll probably have close to 50.
Yeah, CMU cutting it really close. They almost let Ball State get an entirely free cap. Luckily, they did manage to stop them, but Ball State already pushing 50%. CMU going to really have to try and win this next team fight, but they are at a good start. They've taken out Bordy with the Cassidy here, but Manoa on that ball is a scary thing. I mean, that dude, he knows how to play Wrecking Ball.
Yeah, but here's the thing. They may have these 2 early picks and they're capturing the point, but again, we're kind of seeing this in, oh, okay, that's better. We're seeing, while they do have the point, Ball State is now probably close to only about 1 capture away again. And so we see Manoa is able to find 1. This Tracer in their backline just putting on the pressure as they have to look 2 places at once. It does give Ball State the chance to try and get back into the point here, but Noah is able to be shut down as we see the Coalescence come out. It's able to find 1. Raspberry is able to get one with the boop onto Ada. While Bordy does return the favor, Ball State's going to have to go for yet another regroup. And here's the thing, that tick timer on the point is already going in their favor right now for CMU, and Ball State's probably about one team fight away from the scores being even.
Yeah, definitely. Manoa, one thing he's going to have to look out for here when he's playing against a Zarya is he's going to have to be constantly moving, because Ball is such a big target, and if Zarya gets charged up, she's just going to do so much damage to Wrecking Ball. So he's going to have to do everything that he can to avoid just taking a Zarya beam full on. And he's been doing a good job at it, but that last team fight where we saw them lose, he was just tanking so much damage, and CMU is about to capture the point.
Yeah, they're going to get close to it, and they're trying their best to find that Cassidy. They are able to find one. The beat does come out, saving Manoa from death, but the second beat comes out from the CMU side as well. We'll see what ends up happening as this Moira is close to falling. They do end up finding it as well. They're just trying to get on and off the point here. We see that bomb go out. Doesn't able to find anything. We do see now that copy does come out from the Echo as well, but it does seem like Ball State has returned the favor relatively well in taking this point back. So I think CMU will have one chance to get back onto point and contest it, much like Ball State just did, but we will see what happens, as the only thing they have in their back pocket is the Cassidy ult, which just fell as Ball State pushed out of spawn with some prowess.
Yeah, I also really like this Moira pick from Alphabet here. It's not one you would expect him to play. He's very accustomed to Ana, as Ball State looking like they are going to get this point here, but it is still contested. But you're used to more seeing him play Ana, but in this situation where they're just playing heavy brawl, CMU is just playing really heavy brawl, really pushing the back line back, it's hard to play Ana in that situation. So I like the Moira pick to just try to get even more damage output.
Yeah, and honestly, kind of watching them play that point around the time was relatively kind of heartbreaking to watch, because you saw Ball State just kind of get into a really good rhythm at the start, and then they lost 1 point, and then they just couldn't get back around to try and take the point down. And that's because they kept losing these early picks to either Tracer or their tank, and they were just kind of getting haunted by the enemy team here. But we see now the Freya ult does come out. They're going to try and fight this best they can, but it doesn't seem like they're going to be able to do too much, as Bordy's able to find one onto Freed. Now looking for that Lucio, see if they can find it. Doesn't seem like it. They're going to have to go for a recall, and they do get stuck a little bit, but Ball State is in a good spot to take the first point here best they can, and we see that Moira get launched into the air.
Yeah, definitely. When you lose your tank that early in a fight, Ball State is probably pretty likely to capture that first point there. We see Bordy on Tracer now. It was Mech last game, but now we got Bordy on that Tracer, a character that he absolutely loves. Again, just being a nuisance. We see this great aim that he is showing right here with all the amazing tracking that he has. He is just doing so much damage. At any second, you're not expecting it. There's a Tracer right behind you. It's just absolutely lighting you up. And that's the thing that CMU is really going to have to work around here. They're going to have to find a way to stop this Tracer.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the Tracer just being in the backline as well, you're kind of looking for a big, a very small target, and then at the same time, with the amount of recall and blinks that she has, it's just really hard to get into a good spot. But we do see nice kill from Ghost there, a second one from Alphabet, make that a third from Alphabet as well. They've got to keep it going. Bordy's able to find one onto their support as well, and right now it's just the Echo who's going to fall, and that's a wonderful team kill from Ball State, although at that point, they did lose about 14% to that recapture from the CMU side. So they're going to have to try and fight this one back, which means CMU probably only has about, again, one more team fight before they lose this second point as well.
Yeah, this is a pretty much must-win team fight situation for CMU in terms of capturing this point. They have to win it here, and already with that Kitsune coming out, that's going to be a tough thing to do. Already two nice picks as well. Ball State's doing a really good job of getting these early picks right here as this team fight is just breaking out, going very much in Ball State's favor. All of the CMU players are going to fall. It's just their Lucio. He's got it back out, and it's 2-0 for Ball State right now.
Yeah, I mean, again, that was a wonderful shutdown of ults there. They didn't use too many, but that Echo ult could have been bad if they were able to copy maybe the Lucio. If they didn't lose too many to an early pick late, they may have been able to fight that out a little longer, maybe force out Otto's beat as well. So they'll try their best to try and get this one down. But again, because they didn't force out too many ults, all they really have in their back pocket is something like Coalescence, but that could be countered easily by a beat or just a decision to just back off and let the Moira fight this one out. We see Bordy's able to find one. Zach is able to find one as well, so it's an even fight between the two teams. We see the slam go out from Manoa there. They're trying their best to get around this fully charged Zarya, but it's a threat to be against it. What a bomb there from Bordy, able to shut down Freed there. It's now a pretty even fight here between both sides, but they're just fighting around this as much as they can. We'll see who has ended up falling first. It seems like Ghost is able to pick one up onto Zach as well. The down slam does come out, and Odd is able to pick up two with a good boop.
That was an absolutely amazing stick there from Bordy. Like it needed to happen at that moment. It looked like Mono was about to fall to the Zarya. Needed to get something there. Looks like the team fight was going in the favor of CMU. Gets that nice stick, takes out the Zarya, and all of a sudden, all of the momentum is back on Ball State's side, doing absolutely great stuff there. And now CMU really's got some work to do. The point is already at 30%. They have time, but they have to make it work.
Yeah, and while they do manage to try and get one, make that two early on here, Ghost is able to even it out, making this a 4v3 Ball State side. If they're able to pick off another one, they might have a good shot of trying to hold this point a little longer, but it does seem like CMU is going to go ahead and recapture this as the rest of Ball State's team goes for a little bit of a regroup. Yeah,
sometimes this is just what you got to do. If the early picks don't go in your favor, losing 2 players off the bat like that is not something that you want to happen. So sometimes this is what you got to do, is you just got to lay back and allow yourself to regroup. But with Flashpoint, you want to try to minimize it. I mean, CMU already pushing 30%, so they're going to want to try and get back together as fast as possible, and it looks like they are about to go in for this next team fight.
Yeah, but again, Noah was able to pick up a good amount early on there, and while that Zarya is quite charged, she is going to fall to the Tracer again, and we'll see what they can end up doing here. If this Reaper is just going to stall this point as long as they can, try to get a bit of percentage based out here, but they might just go ahead and stall a little bit, but it does seem like they're just ending up going for a little bit of a regroup here as they end up all falling and then going for that regroup in spawn. Ball State now does have to make up a little bit of percentage based here, but they do have those ults, almost all 5 of them in their back pocket compared to the almost 4 that CMU has.
Yeah, Ball State always great with their ult utilization. They never use one. It almost seems like they never use one when they don't need to use one. So they have 5 ults now to use to win this team fight, and they probably aren't even going to need to use all of them. As you see the Kitsune Rush come out.
Yeah, Kitsune Rush comes out, so does Coalescence. The beat from the CMU side comes out as well. A good stick there. Another one from Bordy. He's able to find 1, make it 2. Can they find 3? Yes, make it 3 on a 25-player kill streak. Trying to get away from the Blossom there, and Ball State is going to go ahead and take us next game for themselves, making it 2-0 as we move on to game number 3.
Well, I said they weren't going to need to use all of them, and honestly, I don't think they needed to, but they did anyway. They wanted to ensure themselves that victory, and that was a great game from Ball State. Did not even drop a map.
Oh, man, we don't get to see the play of the game.
No play of the game, but we get to see some great replay stuff.
We get to see a replay of the game.
Replay of the game. Just great tracking from Bar. I wish my aim was that good.
She went to the stratosphere.
Got absolutely launched. I wish my aim was that good. Man, jealous.
Yeah.
Insane kill streaks as well. I mean, Suravasa, that was a really good performance on Suravasa by Ball State there. I said before that this is the one that I've seen them probably drop the most points on, but they didn't even drop one this time.
No. I mean, we will see what that game number 3 has to offer. It's very possible that it's push, because based on what I've seen and the rotations of the maps and the game modes, we've seen it's not. I keep calling it Dom, but what is it called? Capture the point, or what's it called?
Like, is it called Control?
Yeah, Control. That's it. Yeah. So you start with Control. We moved on to Flashpoint. We're probably going to push, if I had to guess. Again, CMU will get to be able the ones to decide the map on that one, so I would not be shocked if we saw what is it called? What is the map that's always on push?
Oh, like Coliseum.
Yeah, Coliseum.
We see that a lot.
We see Coliseum a lot. Yeah.
You just thought I was going to be told the map there for a second, but I was not told the map. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to be push the robot. I would like it to not.
Yeah. I would really like to not end on push the robot tonight, guys. Could we not do that?
Yeah,
could we veto push?
If you're listening to us, Nace, I think if you wanted to start with push, I think that's a good start.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's not the final moment. It's not your last game. Hypothetically, I mean, obviously CMU could win, but like, it's not your game 3 game mode, in my opinion. I just don't think that it's not high drama. Oh, might have a little bit. I was bored. Just walking out. We might have a little bit before the next game.
We have about 5 minutes. I think I was told CMU's production team needs a few minutes, so we do have a bit. So if you want to go ahead and rehydrate with my Ball State branded water bottle.
Mine is not Ball State branded, but I will not say the brand.
Going dead silent so you don't have to hear us chugging water. But yeah, I mean, we have a little time. We have a backside. It is Sharpie, so it kind of it kind of bleeds through. Do we? What? I don't even know. What can we draw? We could draw on the back of our thingy.
Oh yeah, back of our.
I don't know. What do you want to draw this time?
I have no idea. Anyone in back room have something for us to draw?
Any ideas? Oh, well, we have. I guess we could cut to that. You want to just cut to a commercial?
That's also an option.
That's also an option. I don't know. We can cut to a commercial, sure. I haven't seen any of our new commercials. What has Casey been cooking? I don't know if we have our old commercials, but we can go ahead and cut to a commercial. We'll just intrigue ourselves here, and we'll see what we got. So we will see you here back in a few moments. I don't think it'll be too long, probably like 3 or 4 minutes, but we will see what commercials we have in our back pocket.
You know a Ball State Cardinal who first hear the chirp. When you look to Frog Baby for luck and beneficence for guidance, you're a Ball State Cardinal when you chase dreams, present your case, and win. When the university you call home is small enough to be a community, but big enough to change the world. You know you're a Ball State Cardinal when you're one of us. We are Ball State University. E-Fly.
All right, well, welcome back. That was a wonderful commercial that we... bye. Never mind, welcome back.
Intro started playing for a second there.
Welcome back. Oh, never mind, bye.
See you later. No, we are back. We're here with Overwatch against CMU. Still waiting to get into the game.
I don't know why that killed me.
This is really funny. Oh, welcome back. Oh, bye. See you later. Never mind. We're not back, actually. We are not back. We are not back. But we are actually back. I'm trying to think of anything to draw. I don't know. I mean, Bordy went back there, so surely we got some time. But nope, they're still standing up, so.
Oh, my gosh.
Back there, that's our players right there. That's Alphabet.
Hi, Alphabet.
That's Bordy.
Hi, Alphabet. Hi, Bordy.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Let's draw some logos.
Logos?
Give me the Instagram logo.
Oh my gosh.
Let's draw some logos. Hollywood. Oh, so it's hybrid. Okay. We don't have push today.
Thank the Lord. I love hybrid. I love Hollywood. It's a good map.
Little dot in the corner. Big circle in the middle. Instagram logo. Tiny. Why is that very? Oh, you can't. You can see it. Hello.
We are at Hollywood today. Yeah. Great map.
Tiny Instagram logo in the top corner there.
Yours are more clean than mine. I draw a little bit more sketchy style.
You draw well, yeah. You draw with not one continuous stroke.
Yeah, I go like. That's how I do it. So mine look all a little.
Okay.
Dirty.
CMU is banning Tracer. Now you don't get to know. We've switched it up. I get to know now.
Tracer.
That's what the world gets you. If you start complaining enough, the world just gives you stuff.
That is the lesson.
Start complaining, and maybe the world will give you a cookie.
That is the lesson to learn.
Who knows? I know. I'm probably gonna get a cookie tonight. When I still need dinner. When this is over, I'm going to North. I'm gonna get a cookie and a sandwich. If they're not closed, they might be closed. Hopefully they're not closed. We banned Reaper. Okay.
Oh, I got to know that as well.
Oh, okay. Okay. World now. See now, nobody's complaining now, and the world evened it out. So see, everybody stop complaining. What are some big world issues? I know everybody doesn't have a cookie.
That's truly the biggest issue right now.
The world, not the entire world, doesn't have Halloween. We can't scare the world. We got what other things are ravaging our world? Let's see. Oh, I know a big one. The world that. Oh, we're not allowed to ban Reaper. Okay, see now that's an issue with the world. The world needs the ability to ban Reaper.
I mean, what if they had a really good Reaper player?
I don't know.
So we're banning Moira.
You imagine do we imagine they just say no? We just are like, we want to ban Reaper. No. You can't do that.
You can't ban Reaper, actually.
You're not allowed to do that.
We just really like him. You can't ban him.
We're vetoing that.
Moira is an interesting decision.
I mean, they've had a Moira all the games, so
true, so they're just like, yeah.
it's just an interesting ban because you usually don't see a lot of Moiras. I mean, if they were playing like Kiriko or Wu Yang, which I'm shocked that I don't actually. I still need to figure out how the system works. Did they ban? Who did they ban?
I think they banned Tracer.
Okay.
We banned Moira. We tried to ban Reaper, but
they said no.
Apparently it's illegal.
It is.
My bad.
Absolute cinema.
I did not mean. We did not mean to cause any crimes. Oh, here we are.
Oh, it's
into
nighttime.
Game. And Hollywood, great map. I do
Hollywood.
enjoy this map. I know that like Hazard is pretty popular on this map, at least at a certain time. I don't think we're gonna see Hazard at all this time, just because people are over it. Mono on that hog.
And we do see Ball State defending first, so we will see what ends up happening here. I mean, it's possible that Ball State just holds the first point forever. It is interesting to see a Zenyatta on the enemy team. Oh, nope, they went to Juno. Okay, and there's a Sojourn, not shocking. Oh, and Winton. Winton, show, where's Winton? Mr. Peanut Winton, there he is. I know you can't see that, but I'm holding him up.
We have Winton here. So, yeah, I'm not surprised to see Sojourn at all. I'm actually surprised at the amount we haven't seen Sojourn tonight. We've not seen that much Sojourn.
No.
Bordy on that Torbjorn, it is a character he plays, but it's not one that we see him on as often, definitely. And, of course, Alphabet on that Kiriko. Gotta at least have some Kiriko appearance.
And we actually are seeing Sim for once. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Droid was listening to us, but we do have a Sim. So we'll see how Sim does on this point. I know there's not a, we don't see the Sim microwave anywhere, but this will be interesting to see. We'll see what ends up happening here, but Bordy is able to find one with the turret onto Echo. It is interesting to see that the flying character is taken out by the auto-aim turret, so I'm not shocked to see that. You see that a lot in anti-air mechanics, because tracking is hard in this video game, and when something does that automatically, the life gets easier.
Yeah, that is actually kind of what makes Torbjorn get evil. I mean, that turret is just, it's insanely annoying, and that's actually, you notice that with Overwatch a lot. It's like, the good characters are just the really annoying ones. So that's definitely a good reason to play Torbjorn if they're going to play a flying character, just like make it hard. I mean, if we saw, right at the start of the game, we saw where he put that turret. It's in such an annoying spot. So yeah, definitely a great Torb pick here.
And there's the microwave setup that we were looking for, all the way on the corner there. We do see that turret is able to fall, but again, an early pick from Alphabet there onto Zach, brings one down, and that Roadhog in a bad spot to try and get out of it. They do trade Roadhogs, but they are still down another character as well, so we'll see if they're able to make a push off this, but it seems like the Sim is just going to go back and try to teleport the Roadhog out of spawn back here as fast as they can, so they're not down a player much longer than they would be if they were coming out of spawn normally.
Yeah, we haven't really seen like a major team fight happen yet. It's been very slow paced, just both teams just kind of holding their ground, but eventually CMU is going to need to make a push here. But honestly, this is such a great map to play Symmetra on. If you're gonna play Sim, this is a great map to do it because they need to go through that huge archway to get to point. And they have to go through all those turrets and just take so much damage in the process.
Yeah, we see one come out, are the rest gonna fall? We see both of the Wu Yang ults come out at the same time. I don't know what happens if they clash, but Bordy is able to set down a lot of that lava on the ground. Droid's able to find one as well. The TP going out to try and secure themselves a little bit of an off-angle play, and they are able to shut down that ultimate fight relatively early on. And while we do have the ultimate from Droid, I would say the two ultimates on CMU's side from Echo and Ana are probably gonna be a little bit more worthwhile. So I'm not sure how they're going to be able to shut that down after using all of their ults to try and turn the tides on that ult push from CMU, but we'll see what ends up happening here. We see there goes the wall. I don't know if that's necessarily how they wanted to place it, but it did work out in the end for them. They're able to shut down Freed. One gets down. Mono is able to find one under Raspberry as well. Are they able to find any more? Zach is low on health. They go in for the plays. Can they get the rest? They're trying to shut them down. It's just the Echo in the air left to be alive, and what a shot from Droid, able to push them back. Much needed distance that they gained.
Yeah, sometimes I forget that Sim can even. Whoa. Okay, maybe Droid is just the greatest Sim player of all time. This is the most I've ever seen Sim played in NACE. So great stuff from him. I mean, absolutely just good. Also, I did just notice Droid is like one of our tank players, and he's currently running DPS. I just clocked that. So that is another thing. Ball State kind of switching up the lineup a little bit, having a little bit of just trying something new.
Yeah. Seeing the Ana play there is definitely smart against a Roadhog, trying to shut down as much healing as they can, especially having a Roadhog. Well, they don't anymore, but what they could have done is try to... Ooh, they have a Widow now. Okay, the Kitsune Rush does come out here with 30 seconds left. It's not shocking to see. Can they get out and away from this charge Zarya? It's going to be rough to do so. They might end up losing this first point here, and it seems like that's definitely the way this point is going. They're going to try and shut this down. They do still have Whole Hog to try and push back on, but we'll see what ends up happening as they slowly start to contest this point. They are able to, ooh, an unfortunate play there. The Widow not going to add too much to this next team fight, but being down a player at all is rough.
Yeah, I think Ball State's going to want to stop this here. They have 1 second left. They're not just going to want to let them cap. That's not what you want to happen. But yeah, great stuff from Noah on that Roadhog. Great picks with the hook that we've seen. We hear yelling in the background. They've taken out all the players. And CMU doesn't even get to push the payload.
What a shutdown that was. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I got a cough. 1 second.
Yeah, CMU not even able to they did manage to at least start to capture it. So Ball State is basically going to have to capture the entire thing basically to get the win here. As we look at the replays, I love watching Bordy use these Torb drone ults. He really does a good job of using them to section off a part of the map and just make it really hard for them to work as a team because they are just forced apart from each other because Torb's ult does so much damage if you walk in it. So it's definitely a great usage of, that's how you should use Torb ult, but he's very good at doing it like that.
Yeah. And we'll go ahead and go into the second round here. Again, Ball State only needs to get a certain amount of point contested onto it to win, and I believe that is going to be a little bit over 2/3. I think it was somewhere close to like 3/4 of the point is what they need. But we see from the CMU side a Sigma coming out. The rest of their team seems to be a little bit regular compared to what we saw from Ball State's side, although that Echo still being in the roster means that they will have that copy in their back pocket for something. Maybe like 2 Nano Boost could be interesting to see. Another Kitsune Rush could be also strong, but I'm not entirely sure what we're going to see. Probably manage to copy that Ana is probably the best thing I would see in that situation based on the ultimates that are at play here. We will go ahead and see what happens as we get into this the second round.
Yeah, Sigma is actually a pretty good character to play if you're on defense on this map. I mean, poke works pretty well. The only problem is that they have so much room to back up that the poke aspect can kind of become unviable because you'd have to overextend to even do any damage. But it's definitely good here to like set up the shield and just sort of stop them from pushing in. But I do think that Ball State's going to be able to find a work around that.
Yeah, they are playing a little bit more in a corner here. They're going to try and dive onto this high ground. They are able to find one, but they are returning the favor onto the Wu Yang, so they are down to support at this point. A good shot from Bordy is able to make this an uneven fight in Ball State's favor. The rest of them are going to try and push onto point here. The turret does go down, and that Sigma does get a decent amount of bonus health here, but we will see what ends up happening as the rest of them try to fight behind this shield as much as they can. They keep trading players, and we'll see what ends up happening here, but they are contesting and capturing this point as this keeps going on, and I don't know if they're going to be able to get back here. It's just the Echo is going to be able to contest this, but it does seem like Ball State has taken this win because they just don't have the time to get onto it. And well played, CMU. You fought hard, but Ball State takes another game, and they are still undefeated in this league.
Yeah, that's something there. That is a problem with Sigma on this map and just kind of in general. I mean, poke works absolutely great, but the problem is that when he gets rushed like that, he gets overwhelmed. He's not fast, and he does not have a very fast firing output, so he just gets overwhelmed. He's not really able to do anything unless he's constantly fed healing. I would know this. I play a lot of Sigma. Like, that is just... It is really unfortunate to see that pick there, because I know what they were trying to do. They were trying to hold them as far back as they possibly could, but
the Sim TP.
The Sim TP and just the immediate pressure, it just kind of fell apart for them really fast.
Yeah. I mean, you've got to look at the whole, at the situation as a whole, because when it comes down to what you're handling as, like, your team, if you're playing together and then all of a sudden you have to, like, you get collapsed on, you have to either, you know, like, band together and fight back. But if you decide to separate, you're now all on your own. And so if you're playing together and your characters kind of rely on that fact, then all of a sudden the second you're all alone, and then you just start losing out on these key details and on these key fights that you just need to take at more as a team and less as a separated being. But we did see a decent amount of good picks come between them. There were a few trades that went out, so it wasn't necessarily against their favor. They just lost some key, like they lost the tank eventually. They lost, I think, one of their supports, one of their DPS, and then the rest of them sort of just fell because it just didn't have the sustain fight against, even though there were less members from State to fight against it. Again, they didn't have the sustain to try and keep that fight going with what little that they had and what characters of the roster they had left.
Yeah, some team compositions are like that, where you really just have to stay together and work as a unit. If you get separated, it kind of all falls apart. It just kind of depends. The team comp depends on the players you choose, kind of depends on how you have to play. As we have Auda coming up behind us, the former coach turned player. A little storyline that we have this year.
Hello, welcome.
Hi.
I think I can hear you. Your mic's on?
Yes, it's on.
I think so.
Okay, yeah, okay, it's good. All right. Well, welcome. I think oh my goodness, what is the word?
Interviewed?
Yeah, thank you. I was trying to say introduction. We've interviewed you before as a coach. I don't know if we've ever interviewed you as a player.
Not yet, no.
I have one question, but I'll save it for a little bit later.
Right.
In terms of what was the reason behind the swap?
I mean, big part of it was the time commitment. I'm going into my senior year now.
Yeah.
And I still love esports, but it was pretty draining as a coach when I feel like I had to do a lot more. So now I'm not taking it easy per se, but it is nice to not have as many responsibilities.
Okay.
I see you playing a lot of Wu Yang, the new character. I've heard that you're a fan of him. How you liking him so far? What's your favorite part about him?
I mean, the primary fire is the easiest thing, because it's just it's so silly, because it doesn't matter where you are, I can hit you. Yeah. So the amount of satisfaction I get when someone's around a corner and then I get to kill them still, and it's just wow, I know you are so mad at my character right now, but there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
But he's just also especially after a couple buffs that he gave him, he's very mobile, and I'm also just not as good on Lucio. But on Wu Yang, it's nice because I feel like I can take over games just through killing everyone, but it is a bit harder to do that on some other characters.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that tonight with your 3K out of nowhere. I mean, so when you think about, and this kind of relates to my next question, but when you think about how you want to play as a support, and then all of a sudden you can just do that, what is kind of the mindset of okay, do I want to use this utility to do this, or do I want to try and save it for something? Would you rather, does it come down to situational awareness, or does it come down to I just want to push the button?
It really depends on, it is a situational thing, because depending on what I'm playing into, if they're playing something what the other team was playing a lot of was kind of just very brawly stuff. I feel like they were on top of each other a lot. So it's in those cases, I can play a lot more aggressive, and I don't need to help my team as much. But there are some times where if my tank player is getting run over a lot, he's playing Zarya or something, then I will have to use my wave on him more.
Yeah.
So it depends. I can be very selfish sometimes, where it's just me and a DPS, and then we're just running over on some off angles. But there are times on Wu Yang where if your tank is constantly dying and you're not helping him, then it's probably also your fault. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the last thing I had for you was just with that switch to a player now instead of being a coach, how's the mentality change? I mean, it's got to be, if you're very used to coaching, how is it?
I mean, I think so far, especially, I'm getting back into the flow a lot. But I think for sure when the other day before our Tuesday match, we had a warm-up scrim against a really good team, and we kind of got curb stomped, and it was just I think after that moment, you kind of it's one way how you feel when you lose that kind of match as a coach. It's kind of we kind of got outplayed, and they're a really good team. But I think for me as a player now, it's taking that loss, it feels a lot different. So it's my mindset is man, I have to be a lot better in order to beat those guys, because it's not usually I'm we can work on that as a team, but now it is a bit more I'm focused a lot on my individual self, because I'm I need to play better, especially all these guys, they've been playing all these years now. I've been taking a break, so I feel like if anyone, like other than maybe the freshmen, like I have the most to prove on this team. So that's kind of like where I want to take myself.
And then my last question, in terms of like mentalities, as a player, do you ever feel yourself slipping back into the coach mentality, even for like a second, like where you lose like a team fight and then you like, because who is the do you have a team captain, or is it just Spencer who's the coach?
It's not like when we're in game, typically our tank players take a lot of the like IGL role. Like they're going to be the ones calling our fight plans and things like that.
Yeah.
My role a lot of the time right now is just like ult tracking and then communicating with DPS in terms of where we want to play and things like that. So that's a lot of what my job is. I definitely feel it, but honestly, I think I'm also taking a lot of the mindset of like, I don't want to overstep bounds, especially when it comes with Spencer. It's like, I need to let him do his thing. I need to let everyone else. And like, I'm going to contribute to discussions and stuff when I can. But like, again, like I helped out a lot early on in the semester with some of the tournament registration because there was some weird stuff there. But like, for the most part, I'm trying to keep myself like a distance away because, again, if I let myself get too much into the coaching and like that aspect of the game, then I'm going to be losing all the time that I try to gain myself anyways. So
that's completely fair. All right, well, I'm out of questions. I don't know about you. Are you out?
I'm out of questions.
Okay, well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Someone can take it.
Oh,
Hey, give it to someone.
All right, well, let me go ahead and turn this off so I'm not double talking really quick. Well, thank you all for joining us tonight. It was a blast to have you all here once again. We always love your presence, keeping the streams alive, keeping what we do here. You know, we do this for you guys. We do this because it's fun. We do this because, you know, it's good, looks good on a resume. But we also do it for you guys, and we really appreciate you guys' support in all of this. I wish you guys could subscribe, but we're not allowed to do that. But thank you all for watching, and we will go ahead and see you all, I believe, next Tuesday for some more Overwatch, followed by some Rocket League, and again followed by some Overwatch. Not next Tuesday? Why?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, game got rescheduled.
Game got rescheduled.
Okay.
See you Wednesday.
We will see you Wednesday. Yes. All right. Well, thank you all for joining us. And this is Ball State Esports signing out.
Birds on top.
Birds on top.